Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Eberichi Igwe Ona and I'm the creative director of Eric's Academy of Fashion. So in my last video, I told you that I was going to tell you how to set up a great team when you move to a particular area and you don't have a lot of hands. So first off, you get into this particular area, you probably spend a lot of your money renting a shop, paying for a lot of things, setting up the shop and all that, and you don't have hands. Assuming you just got married, say your husband lives in Abuja, or say your husband lives in Lagos, and you had to travel all the way from Calabar. You moved your business, you moved all your resources, you moved everything from your area to where your husband stays. And then where your husband stays, you know that labor is very expensive. Like, the man has tried. He has probably tried to help you get a shop. He has probably tried to help you make some payments and all that. Or maybe you've not been able to get a shop even. Possibly you've been given one room in your apartment, 2 rooms, set up, just do your stuff. Set your passion going and all that. And now you feel stuck. How do you set a team up when you're in that particular area? Now, I found myself in this situation severally, and it didn't really have to do directly with marriage. I'm a medical laboratory scientist. If you look up, you're going to see some of my textbooks. Medical laboratory science. I moved into Enugu sometime in 2016 to do my internship, and when I moved in, I didn't know anybody besides my family. Well, my dad was staying in Enugu then. My mom was staying at Ebonyi. So I moved in. I was basically based in Ebonyi State. The brand Eric's Academy of Fashion was at Ebonyi State. So because of internship at orthopedic hospital, I had to move down to Enugu, and I have a burning passion for fashion. So there was no way I could just let that passion die just because I had to come to do my internship and all that. So towards the end of my internship, I decided to get a small shop where I needed to start out. I told you in my last video, start where you are. If you must start out your fashion business, you want to start out your fashion school, you need to start from where you are. So I had to get a small shop. I had to fix it up. I didn't have a lot of money. I wanted to hire, the best hands to work with. Now, which gets me to the point that if you're really, really, really looking at hiring the best hands, you have all the resources available to you. You have the accommodation, you have industrial machines, you have money to pay per outfit, you probably have your client base already, or maybe you have a lot of clothes you want them to make for you. It's okay, you hire experts. There are these Senegalese, Ivorian guys, Hausa guys, some Yoruba guys that are really, really good. Like when they sew for you, they are really good. But these days I don't hype them much because we train to meet their standards. A lot of Nigerians are trying now and all that. So those guys, you don't need to supervise their work. Well, sometimes you need to, because they can be quite crazy. Sometimes they'll go and smoke something and then give you nonsense by the end of the day, which is not what you want. So, but all in all, they are good. They cut in your absence, they sew in your absence and all that. There are rules though. You just have to find a way to walk around them and all that. So that said, if you have all the funds, you have all the finances, you have all the support from your spouse, your family, whoever it is that is sponsoring you, or even from yourself, possibly you have a lot of money in your bank account, you can just hire the best and say goodbye to all these trainings and retraining. But if you're like me, then and you don't have all that funds, or you don't want to spend all of your money in this particular area, you don't want to tie down everything you have left, what you need to do is to offer free training. Yes dear, you got that, free training. That's actually a model I use a whole lot. So when I get into a new city, nobody knows me, I don't know anybody, I don't have the money to pay anybody, I just offer free trainings and people come. They just flow into the system. But there are terms and conditions that have to be obeyed so that your free training is going to be useful to you and it's going to be useful to me. It's going to be useful to both ends. So for me, if I want to do a free training, I make sure you're not married. Yes. I'm married and I have a daughter, and I have nothing against people that are married. I've been on the both ends of the spectrum. I've been single, I've been married. I understand the both ends. So when someone is single, there is no husband telling you, "Nne, you have to cook breakfast for me before you leave this morning." Do you understand? Now, there's no husband telling you, "My dear, my auntie died. We'll have to go for a burial and we'll have to show up together. We're husband and wife." So when you're single, it's a time that you can explore. You can just wake up and decide, "I want to go to Abuja." You can actually stay back and do the work with your madam, let me say 6-7, collect some extra bucks and all that. Nobody is, disputing that fact with you. You have your time and all that. But once you're married, a lot of things change. Like there's a certain time you can't stay beyond a certain time in the office. Once you're married, I mean, you're a responsible woman. You have to cook for your family now. Won't you take care of your children? Won't you go for school run? These are things I don't take. Like, if my training has to be free, please, you have to be unmarried. So that's one of them. Then if my training for you has to be free, you don't have to be a student, because being a student requires a higher level of focus. Do you understand? Like, if you're not focused, it's going to affect your academics. Fashion designing, on the other hand, requires a lot of focus. What I'm offering you is free training. You need your brains, you need focus, you need energy, you understand, to understand what I'm actually going to teach you, so that you can actually work for me. The training is not selfish, it's not using people, it's leverage. You leverage on my own knowledge. You need my knowledge. You don't have the money. You need my knowledge. I don't have money. I need your skills. I need your time. I need your energy. So these are things, you need my expertise. So these are things that we get from each other. So I make sure you're not married, you're not a student, you're not working, and that way we can both serve each other very well. Do you understand? Yes, we can both serve each other very well without all these plenty excuses and all that. And yes, if I must offer free training, terms and conditions apply. I can decide that I'm going to train you for a period of 6 months, and within that period you're going to work for me, you're going to work for the brand, and there are lots of terms and conditions that apply. I write them down. I have a template for all that. So you sign, you bring your guardian, whoever it is you're staying with, that would also sign, so that the person will not be disturbing you every day and say you have to go to market, you have to do this, all those plenty nonsense that people do in the name of apprenticeship and all that. We don't accept that. So we have to make sure that whoever it is we're accepting for the free training is ready. And we also, not only do we train the person for, we might say 6 months, we might say 1 year, we might say 1 year and 6 months. On extreme cases, we might say 2 years. But seriously, I'm not sure I want to see one face like that in the office for 2 years. No. You need to build your own life while I build my own life and brand. So what we basically do is that we offer training for a particular period, and we create our training schedule in that way. For us at Eric's Academy of Fashion, what we do is that we make sure that you train once in a week. Yes, you train once in a week. We teach you cutting and pattern drafting. Every other day in the week, you work on sewing, you work on other parts of the brand. If it is training we want you to do, like I'm talking to you about building a team. You might want to build a team for your training. You might want to build a team for your sewing brand. So if it is training we want you to do, what we do is that for the rest of the week, you're going to be help train our students while we train you on our core courses. Everything our students that pay learn, you are also going to learn them. However, you're not going to learn them at the same pace as the students. You're going to be learning them like once in a week. And for those people that like to fall sick, because you know that I'm going to be teaching you on Friday, you now want to fall sick on Monday, you want to fall sick on Tuesday, hey, God help you. If you fall sick once a week, in quotes, like, I'm used to those things. I understand. Experience makes me understand that being understanding has a way of making you to be taken advantage of. So if you're the type that has excuses a lot, you skip 1 day in a week, you miss your training for that week. You miss your training for the next week. You skip 2 days in a week, you miss your training for that week, the next week. and the next week. So then this is a deterrent. It makes people think twice whenever they want to fake sickness, whenever they want to fake family problems. They now remember that madam is not going to teach me this week if I fake sickness, so let it go. Do you get? And then part of what we also do when we offer that free training is that we give stipends. It's not like a monthly salary something, but we give stipends, sometimes weekly, sometimes daily, to support them in their trainings, to also support their transportation. But we mostly don't choose people that come from far places. We talk to market women around, we talk to people that stay around and everything. So we usually don't work with people that have to pay transportation, but we give stipends. They need to buy their cream now, they need to buy their makeup. It's not just because they are training, they'll not be broke and they'll not be working for you with a good heart. Oh no. Okay, so that said, the next thing that we do is that we employ people that already have a certain level of skill. Maybe my mother has a sewing machine at home, and I know how to pedal, but I don't know how to cut, I don't know how to sew, blah blah blah. Now this outfit that I'm wearing was actually made by one of our trainees. Like, she had zero knowledge of sewing, so when she came, we had to train her for free with our terms and conditions, of course, and then she was able to make this outfit. I mean, it's one of my favorite outfits. I love it, I absolutely love it. And okay, so back to my talk. Someone has a small knowledge, maybe the person even trained in a tailor shop, and the madam didn't want to teach her everything so that she will not run away. And the reason people are afraid that they will not run away is because you don't have a system to keep people from running away. You pack all your trainings and give them in 1 week. Why would they not run away after 1 week? I beg. Even if it's you, won't you run away? So we hire someone who has a small experience, and we now pay the person. This time around, it's not just stipends. We pay the person an agreed amount in a month, and then every week, once a week, we update the person's training. We keep training the person on our standards. We keep training the person on our core values, and generally we're able to incorporate the person into the system. So by the end of the training period, for the first person, that's for the first set of persons that you took from zero knowledge to hero, by the end of the training, they can decide they want to stay. You choose a certain payment plan that works for you and pay them. For me, if they're working for me in production units, I pay per outfit. I don't want laziness. I don't want someone to say, oh, I'm going to be paid 50,000 by the end of the month, so you can come to the office and sleep on one outfit for 1 week. No. So what we do is that we pay per outfit if it's for the production unit. Then if it's for the trainings, we also have a different payment arrangement with that. So these are the basic details that I want to teach you on today's class. So if you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. Once again, my name is Eberechi Igwe from Eric's Academy of Fashion. Follow us on our social media handles. My name is Eberechi Igwe Obuna. I'd love to be your friend on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram at Eric's Fashion. See ya.